Hi, my name is Sheila, and I'm one of Dr. Hearn's senior assistants and master trainers here at Perfect Smiles. Today I'm going to be reviewing with you how to re-cement a temporary crown in case it pops off. I'd first like to start off by saying how important it is to get your temporary crown re-cemented as soon as it pops off, and there's a couple of reasons for this. The teeth on either side of the temporary crown can shift, as well as the tooth that the temporary crown was prepped on. Also, the gum tissue around the tooth without the temporary crown there can swell, and these things can make it much more difficult for your permanent crown appointment. Remember, we can always get you in at your convenience as soon as you call the office with your temporary crown off, or you can re-cement it at home with these items. So other than your temporary cement, these items you can find at home. Whether you have temporary cement that you bought at your local drugstore or one of the temporary cements we gave you at the office, the technique is very similar. So I have the cement we're going to be using, some aluminum foil which we're going to be mixing the temporary cement on, a couple of toothpicks, and one is used to remove the old temporary cement out of the temporary crown. The other one we're going to use to actually mix the material. And then I have a Q-tip that we're going to use to kind of make sure the inside of the temporary crown is dry. The scissors are here to just cut open the pack of temporary cement. So if you look inside your temporary crown, you're going to see some old cement. You're going to want to clean that out. And here's where that toothpick comes in. You're going to be able to use the toothpick and just gently tease out the cement until you got most of it nice and cleaned out. Okay, so here we have the temporary crown with most of the temporary cement removed. You're also going to want to use you can use a toothpick, or you can gently brush your own tooth. You're going to want to clean your temporary, your actual tooth with a toothbrush or a toothpick to make sure there's no temporary cement on your tooth. The next step is very important. You're going to want to try in your temporary crown in your mouth to make sure you know which way it goes in. So there's only one way it goes in and fits like a puzzle. So you're going to play with your temporary crown until you know which way is which. Again, it's going to sit all the way down without any spaces on either side. Okay. All right, next you're going to be making sure the inside of the temporary crown is nice and dry. Here I have my Q-tip, and I'm just going to make sure that's nice and dry. I mean, you can use a paper towel, you can use a tissue, but I think this works best. All right, next we're going to open up the little package of temporary cement, and there's material on either side. And there's actually enough to do this more than once if you needed to. So we're going to squirt equal amounts, and that seems to be plenty, on your aluminum foil. So we're going to go ahead and mix the material until it becomes one solid color. Then you're going to use your toothpick to scoop up the material and put it inside of your temporary crown. And you don't want to overload it. You just want to make sure that you're covering the entire inside surface of the temporary. And because we tried our temporary crown before all this, we know that it goes in this way. And you're simply going to press to make sure that it seats all the way. And you're going to see some material coming out of it, and that's completely normal. Now you can either hold it with your finger for a minute, or you can bite down for a minute. Either or is fine. Okay, so it's been about a minute and a half, and it's time to remove the excess cement that came out of the temporary crown. So I'm grabbing my toothpick, and I'm just gently teasing by the gum line to make sure the material is out. And you're going to do that on either side of the temporary. And as far as in between the teeth, we're going to use some floss for that. To floss, you're going to floss normally going in between the teeth and making sure that you don't have any material down by the gums. But what you don't want to do is go back the same way. You actually want to pull the floss through so you don't risk popping off your temporary. In conclusion, here were the steps to re-cementing your temporary crown at home. But remember, you can always give the office a call and we'll gladly get you in at your convenience. Thank you.